Okay, we should be live. Welcome, guys, to another week. We are live right now. My name is David Pinto. They also call me Tips with Dave. And in today's webinar, I'm gonna be the only one here, but it's good that it's on a live stream, and I want to be consistently coming out for you guys and actually giving you the content that you deserve, which is every single week, right? Like we said right from the beginning, it's been 15 episodes since we've started. Success starts with a plan. So I want to welcome you if you're watching this for the first time. And today it's just me. To give you guys a little bit of a summary, that Renee, I usually have Renee Sullivan or Rob Fraser, Emma Charles, depending on who's free as well, to come on the call with me because we all follow the same strategy in terms of success starts with a plan. And today we want to go back. I want to go back to thinking about this plan, what we spoke about in the very first um, webinar. How has it evolved? How is it if affecting my life, your life, and everybody else's life in that sense? So we're going to be talking about a lot of things and cramming it down into hopefully less than an hour. But today it's just me. It's just me. So I hope that I give you enough value, and you can always tune in every single Wednesday at this time. So that's 10 o'clock Eastern. Sorry, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 10 p.m. Central European time, because I'm in Europe, so that's the time I get on. It's the evening for me, so Wednesday evening is dedicated, guys, for you and to get on these webinars and talk to you. So what I'm gonna be doing in today's video. I want to check whether there is also the chat option available already. So I'm gonna go on YouTube and excuse me, guys. I just want to check this to make sure that I have everything here for you guys, because I was not sure whether I would be alone doing this today or with other people, but I just want to make sure that you guys see the content from my end. Okay, what that basically means is that I would like you to check out the chat. If you have any questions, to feel free and ask them so I can answer them on the questions right now. So just give me a second, let me just check things. And yeah, so let's go and actually watch this. I don't know whether I can. Yeah, okay, I need the YouTube stream link. Sometimes it takes a bit of time to figure things out. Cool, great. So I can see whether we're live or not if you're watching. And if you do have your chat option on and you want to make sure and reach out to us on chat, feel free to do so. I'm also checking the chat as we go along. That being said, I want to dive into it, guys. I'll just have a sip of my coffee and we'll get it. So, give you guys a little of a backstory. We started this webinar because, first of all, we follow a specific plan. I gave you an idea many weeks ago. In fact, you can go and check the playlist on this channel on Success Starts with the Plan. You will find in video number 1 itself the exact plan that we follow. But breaking it down, let's just simplify it. It goes into the product or service that you're offering. Okay, and then you have the marketing system or the marketing method, as I call it, okay, which is a system that does the selling and telling for you. Now you can automate it, or you can have it in a shop if it's a physical product or service. Any kind of method, it's still a marketing system. That's something that I want you to think about for a second, okay? And then actually going into the traffic method. So how do you generate a consistent flow of people who are interested in what you have to offer, whether it's a product or service, right? You need customers in order for you to actually make a living. If you don't have customers, how are you going to make a living? Something to ask yourself again, right? So those are the key elements. And we added another element to the plan, which is called support. And that's where our groups come into perspective. That's where these webinars come into perspective, that we can come here and be with you guys and actually support you no matter what the situation is, and actually give you guys the advice, because we've been doing this for a while. It doesn't mean we know everything. We are learning as we go along, but we share. So if you find that there's a platform for you to actually share, that support is definitely key having the plan in place. And the more consistent you get in the plan, the more you start to see results. The more consistently you actually take action on the plan, the more you start to get the right results that you need. Okay. And like I mentioned, in today's whole webinar is going to be about how the strategy in the plan works in general. Okay, so now if we connect the dots, let's just try to do that for a second. Okay, our main aim is to connect these dots. Okay, connect these dots how? We want to strategize in the right way so that we consistently put in the work. And if we put in the work consistently, we start to see results. That's the whole idea of the plan. Why? Because when you pick up an instrument and you have to actually implement it or actually learn an instrument, right? So let's give you an example. If I want to learn the guitar, I need to learn chords. I need to practice those chords. I might get corns on my fingers, right? That hurts. But I get better at it. I first have to look, and then I don't. I can sing and I can play without looking. So there's enough consistent action that you need to get those results. But they're all stepping stones. It's not like you're going to be a professional guitarist like in a second. It does take time, right? So just like learning a skill, a plan in place always is much better. And this is why we say it's a successful mindset by just putting it down and planning it that way. Okay. One of the reasons why most people fail in the online space is because of the fact that they don't see anything. They get online because they are specifically in need of some kind of change in their life. Okay, whether it's financial change, whether it's an emotional change, whether it's whatever, some change in their life. There is a pain point. But and in the journey of coming online, people don't actually see what it takes. So success starts with a plan is just breaking it down in bite-sized pieces, and that's how the strategy actually works. Right? You take your product and say, okay, fine, I have my product now. What do I do with it? How do I market this product? How do I sell this product? And then you sell it through a marketing system, right? We teach you how to do that, how to generate. It goes as a flow, but then it goes to the traffic option, or how do you get customers? Where do you send the customers? You send the customers to the marketing system that promotes the product. So you see the loop that happens over there. Send it to the marketing system that promotes the product, and in turn you're getting more customers. And this loop goes on and on. So the strategy behind it is for you to always have a customer base which you can tap into and keep growing that as we go along. So if you start off with an email list, for example, with email marketing at 100 people, and then you go to 1,000 people, and then 2,000 people, and 5,000 people, that's you growing your business. Okay, and I want you to start seeing that this strategy, or any kind of strategy, any kind of plan that you have, has to have a result-driven flow to it. What do I mean by that? I don't mean financial results only. I mean something that will generate you that emotion that sends you in drive mode, right? Sends you to get that other result, sends you to create group economics, sends you to create an ecosystem for yourself. Okay, so what I typically do, and this is, I typically just write my main purpose, right? So for example, tips with Dave, in my case, I write, what is the main purpose? What is my vision? And everything I do with the plan has to be in line with this vision that I have, right? If it's in line with vision, then it's going to help me get those successes in the future. Whether you take it as a 1-year plan, whether you take it as a 10-year plan, whether you take it as a 2-year plan, whether you take it as a 6 months plan, is all dependent on you. Whether you take it at a 6 months plan, and the difference from 6 months to 2 years is the amount of action you start with right in the beginning. Okay, that is how the strategy works. So it depends on your level where you want to be. Some big marketers might come in and not know anything, or even if you're not a big marketer, but you have the budget for things to, and the time and the budget both to make things work for you, you're going to succeed in 6 months. You're going to succeed in 3 months. Okay, can I guarantee you that? No, because it depends on what action you take. I don't know you, okay? But at the same time, it is very crucial for that success starts with a plan and the strategy of how the plan works, specifically if you take the right amount of action at the right amount of time, right? So if you start off and you want it to happen in 6 months, that's your end goal. This is why I'm just giving you an example. Okay, this is why when you go to your bank and you ask for an investment and stuff like that, they tell you what do you want to reach. You want retirement. You want a house. You want to save for your family. You want life insurance. Blah 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 blah. Right? Why do you think that? Because when you achieve something, there's a sense of purpose. There's a sense of purpose to go on. So if you have bite-sized wins, that's a part of the marketing that we're teaching you. Okay. And at the same time, you're stepping up as a leader. You're stepping up to make those decisions. This is right for you. If you notice, I'm not talking about specific product. The way we deal with it is a lot to do with direct commission-based products, okay, peer-to-peer products. But that's because we want you to have control of your funds. We teach you how to market. We teach you how to trade. Now, I'm not saying me personally, but any marketer would do that. Any trader would do that. That's how they're going to teach you skills, okay? And you can create a plan for yourself and learn those skills for free if you want the time or not. It's up to you, right? It's up to you. And I want to make emphasis on that because that's when the strategy kicks in. When the mindset realizes, oh, I need to make this work for myself. That's how the strategy works. It kicks in the mindset of becoming independent. And we got this, and I personally got this from my mentor, Rob. Okay, he has this mindset behind it. So he kicked me into that, be independent and be this specific way. Did I speak to him on a daily basis? No, it was his content creation that helped me. These kind of webinars that he did that I listened to while I was going to work, doing things. Right? So I hope today you get inspired just in this kind of a method to understand that the strategy that you create has to have a purpose behind it and get those wins because it's going to be beneficial for you. You start to stack up success. Now, your success might be first you need to go out of pocket and then you don't need to go out of pocket. That's a success. And then after, like for example, I've reached a stage where I don't need to go out of pocket for my business at all. It doesn't come out of pocket. Everything pays for itself. And that's a huge success. Not many people reach that stage. Now it's just upscaling that, right? Now, I'm talking about things that I've already done and I'm doing and the journey is going on. But basically what I'm trying to say is that there's no hiding from the fact that you do need to put in the work and time and effort to actually correlate that time to the results that you want. So if you want it in 2 years, then you take less action, or if you take a lot of action for those 2 years, your success rate will be much higher. The other problem that many people do, or many people make, including myself, was that we underestimate the targets that we can reach. Okay? When you expand your mind and think about it abundantly, that's when you start to see, oh, it can happen. Sometimes you give yourself too big targets or too small targets because you want to see whether it's work, but you're not putting your heart and soul into it. You're not, putting 100%. Right? So the strategy in itself of having the product, having the marketing system, having the traffic, and having the support keeps the flow going while you have these doubts, while you have all these emotions that you go up and down and you're, yes, should I do it? Should I not? Whether it's the emotional side or whether it's the practical side, there comes a time where you just are frustrated, right? And the plan always keeps things in motion. It's literally like putting oil to a tank. And that's why I love the saying that, guys, if you do not have a strategy, if you do not have a plan, I really suggest to sit down and plan how you're going to run this business for the next X amount of time. I do it on a daily basis. Sometimes I relook at my plan on a daily basis and say, am I reaching my goal? Am I reaching my final vision? And it's a consistent argument for myself because sometimes I really don't know whether it's just me talking about it to myself again and again, and whether it's a good thing or not. But at the end of the day, you're processing. That's the word. You're processing this information. So I'm just going to check the chat while we're on here for a second. I want to see if there's anything that people are looking into, but I don't see it. Okay, cool, guys. We are on for 15 minutes. This webinar is not going to be too long. If I don't have any questions, I think I covered everything with regards to the specific plan itself, what we're doing. If you want to look into the products that we have, personally, we have direct commission products on the front end. We have obviously the marketing system, which is also an affiliate structure. So basically, you get a commission when people start using the marketing system and they use a product that is going to help them, that's giving them skills. And then they have the traffic, which we also allow you to see what sources we are using if you want. And finally, we have the support, which is our groups. But you can reach out to any one of us. What I've linked in the description of this video is YouTube profiles, which you can contact any of us, which we usually do these webinars every single week about a specific topic. Now, obviously, there's lots to share. We bounce off each other when I'm talking on my own. Sometimes the ideas are limited to what I have to say, and that's why this webinar will be definitely shorter than the others. But at the same time, I'm pretty excited to see how the future is in terms of everything that we're doing. And if you want to reach out to me personally, feel free at any point of time. Yeah, that being said, links in the description if you want to reach out to anybody. How does your strategy work in the plan for you? Ask yourself the question, guys. I'm going to leave you on that note. My name is David Pinto. They also call me TipsWithDav. See you on the next one.